Morning. Right. 52 tags, handmade, organised by Anne Brooke. We're on week 17, which is couching. So Anne suggested that we look through our tags that we've done already and just pick a colour that we've not really used. So the only one that I can see that I've not used exclusively is black. So I've got this piece of, it's almost like a very dark grey actually, but it's a woolly, I don't know what it is. It's not felt, but it's fabric. But anyway, I'm using that. So yeah, let's get on with it. Now, Anne did rolled pieces of fabric. I really fancied going a little bit different. I've got a bit of old tape measure here. Let me scoot you across a bit. You're very precariously balanced because the phone needed charging and the wires here, and it could all end in tears. I was going to say, yeah, she did rolled fabric, but I just fancied doing, so I found these bits and bobs. I'll sort of search through my little bits and bobs box. So I've got this lovely trim stuff. This could be a disaster, who knows. Got a bit of the old tape measure, which I've used before on, where did I use it? It was on one of these. Oh, here we are, on that tag there. I used it as a side thingy. Actually, I might use the centimetre side. The lovely numbers. Yeah, I'm going to use that. It's a really old tape measure, but it's shattered. It's no good. I've got this Steph Francis cotton chenille, which I picked up ages ago. I've told you before, she goes to our local show because she doesn't live very far from me at all. She goes to the West Point show in Exeter, and I seem to remember picking this up on her stall. I don't know what I was going to do with it, but you know. So I thought, because it's quite chunky, I might couch a bit of that down as well. I've got some odd bits of Liberty fabric here, which, you know, I'm going sort of like a pinky purpley. I thought it's the only thing that's going to show up really. This might be a mistake. This is a silk thread, and I've got quite a lot of it. Yeah, I told you before, I picked up a suitcase full of wool. It not only had wool in it, but it had all this kind of stuff and other threads. It has got marks on it where there was sellotape stuck to it. Why do people do that? Yeah, I'll give it a go. If it's rubbish, I'll get my perlé cotton down. Yeah, and that's it really. So yeah, I've got to start. Right, so she did suggest that you work on a big bit of fabric, which actually is a good idea with this. And just draw around your tag shape so that you kind of roughly, and of course being black, there's going to be a little bit of waste here, but I'm just going to draw a rough outline, because I nearly went and done the usual where I cut out the fabric, but I think it would have been incredibly small to work with. So right, I know I can't go any higher than there. Okay, so this is just tailor's chalk. Right. Oh, let's see what sort of a mess we get with this, shall we? Now then, I'm really tempted to put that in the middle, but I'm thinking that might be a mistake actually. I think I might come over to the side with that. I'm going to use as many different stitches as I can possibly think of using. I had a quick look on Pinterest actually, because I know Anne did, what did she do? She did cross stitch and just sort of, you know, over the straight stitch type thing. But when I had a look, you can use all sorts of stitches to couch down. So I'm going to give it a go. If I can thread the needle. Blinking thread, it might be a real disaster, this thread. But I've got so much of it, I need to start using it, because there was literally reels and reels of reels of this. I need to get it out of the bright light. Sorry, there we are. I'm going to double it over. That might be a mistake as well, but let's, you know, let's do it. So I hope everybody's good. Quite amazingly and excitingly, I reached 1,000 subscribers. which YouTube sent me a notification, but Chris, you also let me know as well. Bless you. Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. I seem to remember getting excited when I had 200. So, oh, my sewing books downstairs with my little pins. Rats. Yeah, so, yeah, it's great. I'm really, really chuffed with the way it's growing. It's, yeah, it's fun. Right, okay. My pins are downstairs, so let's see if we can get this on some semblance of straight. And let's stitch. So I think for this wide bit, what I fancied doing actually was fly stitch. I'll have to pin that. I don't really want to put holes in it, but I'm going to have to, because it's just going to flap around and drive me insane. Right, stay. Yeah, so that's all very exciting, and I'm really, really pleased. I mean, new subscribers, you are so welcome. Thank you very much. And I've said before, those that keep coming back, bless you. I love you all. Right, let me think. Let's do it this way. I'm hoping I'm staying in screen. So if I go there, let's make them tall and skinny. Yeah, I'm going to have to pierce it, aren't I? Okay. Thinking. So if I make them every ½ inch. Okay, don't work with your threads doubled. It's a pain. It's going to catch on that pin, isn't it? Okay. I could have glued it down, I guess, but I didn't, so. Feels weird working with a big bit of fabric for this project. Sorry, it's very early in the morning and my throat's always croaky first thing, so I've only had 1 cup of tea again. Right, so there. Should I leave a gap? No, I think I want it continuous, so I'm going to come up there and just make these threads behave. Right, conveniently I need to go right in there, don't I? Right, out of the way. Oh, this isn't going to be perfect, but it'll be different. Yeah, I just fancied, I mean, I love what she did, but I just thought it'd be nice to couch down odd things. Sorry, I'll keep dragging it in, don't I? Yeah, I thought it'd be different to couch down some weird materials. We was at the beach yesterday and I desperately looked for a little bit of driftwood because I fancied doing that, but I didn't get a chance. My granddaughter came, well, I was with my daughter and my granddaughter and the dogs, and oh, it was all just like a bit chaotic, so I didn't get a chance to even think about looking. But never mind. We'll make do with what we've got here. Let's try and keep these in a line. About there. You could tell it's been a while since I walked on the beach. My hamstrings were absolutely killing me when I got home. It's a different surface to walk on, isn't it, a beach? So I was in a bit of discomfort. But never mind. It just officially sucks getting old. Everything stops working properly. The mind is willing. It's got a really rough edge on this tape measure actually, so right, let's just have a look at the spacing here. I want a nice finish on the end. Let's go about there. Oh, stay still. About there. About there. Don't double up your threads. Especially this stuff. So it's like a silky, I don't know if it is silk, but it doesn't want to play very nicely at the minute. We're off to the car boot sale this afternoon. My granddaughter is so excited. It's the other one, Scarlett. She's very excited about the whole thing. Oh, kids, honestly. I've cut the tape measure to the size that I know I want everything to finish at, so I'm going to use that as my guide for the other fabrics when I couch them down. So hopefully it'll all end up looking amazing. We'll see. We shall see. I might ditch this stuff because it's fraying a bit, but not too bad, I suppose. Right, so that's fly stitch. As I say, you can use it for couching, so that's worked well actually. I'm quite pleased with that. Let's just tidy up on the back here. I shall persevere with this thread. Just because. Well, actually, on the pink fabrics, I ought to use black, didn't I? And they'd really show up, wouldn't they? Right, hold on. Let me just get some black cottons. I think I'm just going to use cotton. I don't think I've got any black embroidery threads. So I shall just use cotton, which for those people that don't have a stash, a lot of people don't realise you can do that. So I guess it's good to show that you don't have to have a million embroidery threads, because you really don't. Cotton is just as good, especially if you double it. If you really want to push the boat out, you can treble it, but let's not go there. So on the pink bits, yeah, I'm going to use black on the pink bits, and then when I couch that down, I'll go back to the lilac. It's really pretty. It's got little shiny bits, so it should look pretty. Right, I was trying to get this to, Anne did hers in like a tube. It doesn't seem to want to go. I was playing with it earlier, so I think what I might just do is kind of roll it. I should have used a cocktail stick really. Have I got one handy? No. Typical. We'll kind of do a roll. Right, stay. Where's that pin? My applique pins are downstairs, so I'll just have to use ordinary ones, which is fine. That's the other one. She did some lovely other ones after she did the main one. You probably watched the video, but yeah, she did sort of swirls and all sorts. But as I say, I just sort of thought, yeah, I want to do this, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I might give buttonhole stitch a whirl on this one. what I'll do is I'll trim all my fabrics, or the ends, to the size of the tape measure, because I say I know that is the size I need. I'm trying to hold this and let you guys see what I'm up to. What am I doing? Buttonhole stitch. I forgot. Right. You're not going to see the top bit, but that's okay. Just try and get this evenly spaced. Even-ish, anyway. Let's take that out of the way. Sorry, dragging it off again. Yeah, it was a glorious day on the beach yesterday. I haven't been to the beach for ages. I live really close to it as well, which is ironic, but yeah, I hadn't been down there for a while, but it was blowing an absolute hoolie down there. It was, yeah, it was sunny, and without that wind it would have been glorious, really warm actually, but yeah, it was blowing. Oh, and it was full of tourists as well. The Sun newspaper has a lot to answer to with its £5 holidays to certain areas. Yeah, it was rammed. So we stayed away as much as possible. Actually, the beach was pretty empty. They were all around the amusement arcades and that. If you've ever been to Dawlish Warren, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. I mean, it's a beautiful nature reserve, but they've got a great big sort of amusement park on the outside of it, and it's just like, oh, oh. So we avoided that like the plague. The little one had her wetsuit on and went in. I was like, oh my god. The Labradors had a whale of a time. We had Max and Ollie. So they were, well, you know, they're Labradors. They're born for water, aren't they? They should, well, they have got webbed feet, haven't they? Anyway, they had a great time on the beach, and we weren't sure if it was Ollie's first time on the beach actually, because he is only just 1 year old, and he's an assistance dog. He's not well, a therapy dog, I think they call them. So yeah, we're not sure if it was his first time ever on the beach, because he sort of stood there and was like, oh, that's a big river. So yeah, love him. It was funny. He just went home absolutely covered in sand, salt water. So my daughter said, I'll tell him, the owner, to give him a bath, but he probably slept for the rest of the day. He had a great time. Oh, they are lunatics, Labradors, when they're pups. They really are. Right, I'm going to trim that off there. Yeah, we were chucking the ball. Max was just stood up to his chest in water, waiting for the ball to come out to the sea. I think he's been to the beach before, but yeah, it was lovely watching him. I remember taking my my dogs to the beach the first time when they were pups, and it was that whole, oh, wow. Right, The other thing Anne suggested was to take stitches onto the other pieces. So what I might do here is, where would I need to go? I might just do a couple of giant line that up a bit better, Susan. Let's drag it over. Sorry, I'm not even checking if I'm staying on screen, sorry. Just want to get that centralised there. I've got a bit of thread, so let's just try and line that up there. No, I know you're not seeing the top of the buttonhole stitch, but that's fine. Are we going to make it? Oh, I need to go there. This is what happens when you use thread double, but I didn't think it'd show up if I used it single, or not as well anyway. Am I going to be able to squeeze one in there? Yes, I might just be able to, and be able to fasten it off on the back. Let's have a look. Come on, go over. Yes, I got back from the beach and the front garden was just driving me nuts, so I thought, just get it done. So I did. Cut the grass, tidied it all up. I need to go to the garden centre actually and get some flowers. It's all looking a bit dirt, basically. I haven't got a garden, I've got dirt at the front in the flower beds. Right, so that's those two. Now, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking I don't need to go that wide, do I? No, I don't want to go too wide, that I've got to cut stuff off, so let me just redraw that line. I want to come in just ever so slightly, I think. Oop, if I could draw a straight line, that would help. Yeah, because that way it should fit. Yeah, that should fit better. And height-wise, how am I doing? Yeah, definitely don't need to be any longer than that tape measure. Right, okay. What's the time? 23 minutes. Right, okie doke. So, let's get some more black thread. Oh, cat hair. How unusual. She's actually in here. In my craft room, the boiler is in the kitchen underneath part of the floor. And it's, you know what they say, if you want the warmest part in the house, just move the cat. And she just lays on a certain part of the carpet in my craft room, obviously where the heat from the boiler is. Not that I've got the heating on, but it's on for the hot water, because I've got an old boiler. Well, it's not an old one, but it's the type that you need an immersion tank for, which I quite like actually, because I've got an airing cupboard. I do like an airing cupboard. Right, let's get a bit of bling on here. Oh, I was going to do purple with that one. Oh, right, okay. We'll do that in a minute. I'll try a bit of this. This is fascinating, this stuff. I really want the pink end, so because of the thickness, you don't get an awful lot on here actually. But I've never used it, and I've had it for years, and I just thought, when I was sorting out my threads and things, I thought it's time it got used. Okay, so that end bit's going to have to go, because that's just curly whirly. Go. Actually, I might leave it doing that and couch it like that. There's a plan. I need a couple of bits of this. Oh, I might couch them together. Oh, yeah, up that, yeah. There's a plan. There's a plan formulating, guys. There's a plan formulating. It's going into blue. Let me start from the other end where it's more pink. Right. And then by the time the bling's on there, I think we'll be pretty close to where we need to be. Right, so you two can sit there for a bit. So what I'm thinking is just letting them do their squiggles as they seem to want to do. Right, let's see if we can hold that all together. What I'm going to do first of all is just go straight over and just get those held, because what I want to do is go over one, or should I just do it, kind of weave it. Let's move you up there a bit. Oh, I don't know how to attack this. Right, let's just go in there. Come on, behave. Should have run it through wax first so it's stuck together. It is only sewing cotton at the end of the day, so I'm not expecting amazing results, but if you want to do this and you don't have a massive stash of threads, get your cottons out. I know when I did my beginner series, we've done a little book thing together, and I know at the beginning of that I sort of said, you know, I wasn't going to do it because there's an awful lot of beginner starter things out there, but every single one assumed that you had a massive stash of stuff, and I thought that was a bit unfair. So I did do it in the end. If you've, it's yeah, I mean, everybody assumed that you had batting and, you know, all the stuff. Well, if you're starting out, you don't. You simply don't have it. So, and that's why I persevered and did the little book thing. I think it's under slow stitching on my playlists or something like that. Right, you, my friend, have sneaked right down. I wonder if I can pull you through. Oh well, just have to have different ends there, won't we? Yeah, so just ordinary cotton sewing threads are ideal. So, okay, we're getting there. 30 minutes, yay! Right, now then, I want to do those two there, I think, and then that in there. Where's the tag? Yeah, I don't think I want to go any wider than that. So we'll just do one bit of the bling. Let's just get some rubbish scissors and chop that. I like this. It's different. It's odd. It's weird. But, you know, that's me. Right. I've still got black thread on. Let's just grab another needle. I don't know what sort of needles these are. So I left my big one downstairs, so I've just got me little wooden pin cushion thing here. Right, persevere with the thread, Susan. Okay. Now then, what shall we do? What stitch shall we do? Let's get the needle. Again, it's tempting just to do a very simple over sort of thing, but my brain's thinking, hold on. Yeah. I wonder if, because this has got, yeah, it's got gaps in the middle. Would French knots hold it? Probably not. I can't remember how to do herringbone, because that's another good one. Right, let's just keep it simple. I'll just put that down there, I think. And I think what we'll do is we'll try and get in the middle there. It's got like a little ladder in the middle. So just want to secure that down first. Don't start knotting because you're on thin ice as it is. Right. Okay. I just wanted to secure that. What I might do is thinking of a giant cross stitch across here and then catching that at the same time. Let's give it a go. We can always cut it out if we don't like it. Am I going too wide? Yeah, it needs to go in there, doesn't it? I'll get me rhythm in a minute. Hold on. Thinking on the fly here. Yeah, so that needs to go in there. Okay. I found all my silk ribbons the other day. I need to do some silk embroidery. I love doing that. With the, with the silk ribbons. What am I doing? Yeah. This isn't very good. I'm not concentrating. Oh, stop catching on everything. I can't find my rhythm with this one, so I'm just gonna, it's gonna look a bit of a mess, but it's normally when you're stitching you get a rhythm of where it needs to go and not go. I can't seem to find it with this one, but never mind, it'll look pretty. Just want to really try and get the bottom threads and the top threads all going in the same direction. It just makes cross stitch look a lot smarter. I completely missed that hole. Just trying to get in that little ladder that's in between the two rhinestones there. Oh, stop catching on the tape measure, for goodness sake. Nearly there. Starting to fray a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. It's starting to unravel itself slightly, but hey ho. If you use silk threads, make sure your hands are nice and smooth as well. You know, you haven't been gardening the day before or something, because it does shred the threads, believe it or not. And this is shredding because it keeps on catching on that tape measure. But with a good pull, it is coming back together again. Oh, I've just gone in the wrong bit. Oh well, it's not going to be perfect. I apologise. Come on. Cut for any all. Right. Gotcha. If I wasn't so close to the end, I would undo that, take this thread off and start a new bit, but I've got like 3 stitches to go, so I shall carry on. sort those out in a minute. Let's finish the stitching first. Oh, I'm gonna run out of thread. Look at that frustration. Just need one more. Right, let's just fasten that off then. It's always the way. Always the way. But never mind. Yeah, so basically couching is really good for holding things down that you wouldn't traditionally use, I guess. You know, it's good for holding, it's good in mixed media and stuff. If you do any mixed media work. Go through the fabric there and hold that down as well. Right, 'tis on. Let's just faff around with it a bit, put it out slightly. Sorry, putting it into myself, sorry. Oh, no, I want you to stay. Okay, we're a little bit wonky donkey, but not too bad. That was frustrating, having to do all that just for one stitch. Never mind. Right, okay, so I think the last bit is just going to be that chenille, isn't it? I don't want it to go right to the edges because I think it's going to fray yet. So I think the last thing we'll do is 2 more bits of this, and then yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, and I'm just going to do that quite simple ladder stitching again as well. I think quite like that. Everybody stay still now, play nicely. Get those all in position. Don't mind chopping them off. No, don't catch there, thank you. This is great for knitting wool as well, if you want to use knitting wool in your projects. It's great fun using it on that. Couching it down. Stay still. Just be stitched, will you? Yeah, it's okay. Looks like they've moved up, doesn't it? Yeah, it'll be alright. Right, okay. Could fit on another row of bling actually. Can you bear it? Can you stay with me? I'll do it quickly-ish. Drop it about there. Should be using rubbish scissors, not my good ones, but hey ho. Right, I think with this one I'm just gonna go really quickly and just whip up. I don't know if you can see, let me see if I can get it really close. It's got like a bridge in the middle, yeah? That's kind of what I'm sewing through, because I figure that I'll hold it on really well, so. Now then, do I come across there? Do you know, I think I'm going to do the same again. Sorry guys, this is really running on, isn't it? But I'm going to do the same again. And hopefully, by using ordinary thread, it won't be so laboriously painful. I'll do big ones. Not as many this time, they're not touching, so where am I going? I don't know. I've lost me rhythm. I was watching Carol Tinson last night. I don't know if you guys follow her. She was doing, I think it was a Facebook one, I'm not sure, Facebook Live, I think, I don't know. And she was doing embroidery on paper. So, and she was saying how awkward it can be, because once your needle pierces the paper, yeah, you're kind of committed, but you can go around and pre-prick your design. I don't know, I mean, no doubt she thought about that, but because I used to do a lot of embroidery on paper, and yeah, because there's lots of designs actually on Pinterest for did it have a name? I can't remember, but basically stitching onto paper. So sorry, this is a bit rubbish, this. I've not spaced my crosses properly, but it'll be fine. Just going to go over the ends here. I think they might start to be a pain actually when they're in the loop with the others. Sorry, I'm dragging it in again. Naughty. I'm just over stitching on here because I think they might start to shed once they're in the ring with all the other tags. So I don't want that, basically. Do you need any more? No, but I think you need couching down a bit more. I'm just catching the end of the bling thread thing there. He's starting to look a little bit scruffy. That's better. Right, I'm calling that quits, because what have we been going now? Oh, crikey, nearly an hour. Sorry. By the time I've cut this, it will be an hour, so I do apologise, but I quite like a long video. I know some people do too. If you want a quick one, put me on double speed, and then I'll be going... Anyway, you know, oh, come back. Don't disappear on me now. Let's just clear some junk out of the way. Where's that chenille there? Right, okay. Now, let's try and cut this. Right, so if I just... Yeah, that's about right, actually. Sorry, I have to get my... Sorry, I can't move my hand, I apologise, but I need to hold that. Also, I just get the edge here in somewhat of a straight fashion. Right. What I'll do is I'll stitch it on and then tidy it up a little bit. She says, just standing there cutting it all round. Okay. What I definitely want to do is just trim those off. Not my stitching, hopefully. So, as you can probably see, I've got felt everywhere now. I've written on the back already, so... Yeah, I just want to trim that down. It's still... I like it to just sit inside the tag. Because I don't want it catching all the time on the other tags. Because especially this one, it's... I don't know if you can see, it's quite hairy. Right, I'm going to stitch that on, tidy up the top and put in an eyelet. So bear with me. I suppose I ought to do it in black thread really, didn't I? Yes. Let's just rethread up some... Where are you? There. Yeah, going back to Carol, she was talking about, I think a lot of people on her live chats were doing like super chats and things, and she was saying about how much YouTube take. I think it's quite a big percentage if you sponsor that way, and she signed up for Buy Me a Coffee. So, yeah, I had a look at it and I thought, actually, yeah. And it's just, you know, I do have people on Pinterest sometimes, Etsy sometimes sort of say, are you going to start up, what's it called, Patreon? And I instantly say no. I don't think I could commit the time to a Patreon. I'm still working, you know, and the job I do, it's very mentally taxing. It's not physically taxing because you just sat in a chair, but yeah, it's very mentally taxing. And I just said, you know, I just don't think I could do it. So I've had a look at this Buy Me a Coffee thing, and they are pretty good. You know, they only take, I think it's 20. Oh, I can't remember what it was, 20p or something. Anyway, so yeah, I thought, you know what, I'll just sign up for it, and then I can put that onto the Etsy shop if people want to, you know, buy me a coffee, basically, or a cuppa, I think Carol's put on hers. So yeah, so I've done it anyway. I am not saying I want sponsoring. I am just saying if people feel they want to. I'm a typical British person. I'm not good at asking for help. And I'm not asking for help. I'm just saying, if you want, it's there. If you don't, it's fine. Really is fine. But I know some people do like to support crafters. So there it is. And I'm dragging that right in again, aren't I? I'm very naughty. But we can't see if I don't. Go through. Right, I need to cut some more tags. I'm going to find some thinner card because this is really, really thick. Go through. I'll do my usual. I think stick the top. Yeah, let's just do one more there. Oh, behind the tape measure. I hope you enjoyed this. It's slightly different to what Anne wanted. But then I've been watching others doing it and I thought, well, do you know what? They're all going out on their own little spurs, so I might as well do the same. So and I love this old tape measure. I think that's my thing. Yeah, so I thought if you're a mixed media person, and you might be, a lot of people out there are, or you just want to try it, this is a good way of getting it onto a project, basically. And it can look so quirky and really nice as well. I quite often use unexpected things when I'm doing a wall hanging or something, which I haven't done for ages. I must do some more. Yeah, they can look, you know, just put a key on there or something. Well, if you couch it down, it looks really cool. Right, let's tidy up this top because it's getting on me nerves. Right, it's very fluffy. Right, bear with me. I'm just going to quickly put an eyelet in because I think that will make all the difference. And oh, gunmetal, that'll do. Right. Yeah, this is weird fabric. I'll say it looks almost felt. Weirdness. Put some glue on, Susan, because you know you'll just kick yourself if you don't. Where's my glue? There it is. Just put a little bit under there. Just to hold it. Eyelet. Squish. Eek. Oh, behave. Come on. You're an eyelet. Just go in. Right, thank you. You in here. Right, there we are. 1 hour, flipping heck. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that anyway. But yeah, it just, just grab some stuff out. Just do some different things. Bits of wool. Go for it. And yeah, so that's my couching video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much. Bye.